I have never met someone who is so dedicated to making everywhere she is a safe space. She is constantly aware of where she in her own heart wants to improve and grow, and willing to ask the hard questions of herself and thus the hard questions of everyone around her. And it manifests in every facet of her life, whether it is in the doctor's office, whether it is at the hospital, whether it is in her nonprofit work, whether it is at church. It is always a focus and goal that she wants people that are around her to know that they are safe with her. And she is unbelievably giving of herself. As her pastor and someone who loves and cares for her, she probably does it too much. And yet, she has so much to offer in the world that it's just like, you can't tell somebody to stop like that because there are so many gifts. Yeah.
I'm an associate program director at the Riverside Family Medicine Residency Program. I've been there for 15 years. I also graduated from the program. And I teach training physicians who want to become family physicians how to do that. And in that training, I'm working specifically on a lot of curriculum and rotation experiences that include diversity, equity, inclusion, how to take care of our marginalized or most at need populations in the community. So I do a lot of work with that, but in addition to that, outside of work, I have started a nonprofit in the area called The Simple Sunflower, and I started that with a resident that I worked with in my job. So my worlds overlap a lot, which is really fun, but we collect donated flowers from events, local farmers, and we repurpose them into small bouquets that we give back to the patients at Riverside Hospital, which is really fun. And then I also volunteer a lot in my church, Trinity Lutheran Church in Newport News. The chairperson of our Reconciling in Christ program, which is a program geared towards making the church and our neighborhood more welcoming and inclusive to people of all gender identities, gender expressions, sexual orientations, races, abilities, and ages. So we've been working a lot with that in the community.
As a pastor, you don't often meet people who every day are committed to putting their faith into their vocation. For a lot of people, faith is just a Sunday morning thing. And for Tricia, you see it in everything she does. She takes it seriously and wants to be committed to living and loving the words that she professes on a Sunday. She is an immensely giving person. She's funny as all get out, which is also amazing, and just a genuinely kind-hearted person. Willing to give you the honest answers while also doing it with such a loving and graceful heart. And you don't get that from a lot of people.
We are all better as a whole rather than individuals. It's important that every voice, every background, every experience be included in order to move forward. And innovation comes from the diversity that we bring to a group, and growth comes from that, and healing comes from that. And so I think it's important to have inclusive communities and be mindful of what inclusion looks like and should look like, because that's how everything grows and becomes stronger.